Have you ever heard that 85% of men don't realize when they're being cheated on? Well, it seems hard to believe, but it's true. And you know what's even more interesting? Don't panic, because I'm here to help you. Today, I'm going to bring you some super important information that can completely change the way you see your relationship. Just imagine understanding better how women's minds work, and with that, transforming your love life for the better. If this interests you, before we dive deep into this subject, take the opportunity to click the subscribe button below and activate the notification bell. That way you won't miss any of my videos, which are full of precious tips. These tips can be the key to saving your current relationship or even helping you find a new love. So stay tuned, because what's coming can make all the difference. Before we start, I left a digital book here in the comments for you who want to learn everything about how to seduce any woman. There are only a few copies available. The link is in the first pinned comment. Let's get straight to the point, guys. Men, pay close attention, because what I'm going to tell you now could be the key to unlocking some of the biggest secrets of female behavior. Have you ever heard that women are experts at hiding their true intentions? Well, that's not just a myth. When it comes to infidelity, women can be much more discreet and skillful than you might think. While many men leave obvious clues when they're unfaithful, we women can camouflage our actions with a skill that's almost an art. But don't worry, there's no need to despair. Today I'm going to reveal to you the 6 phrases that every woman uses when she's cheating, but that go completely unnoticed by most men. Have you ever thought about what if your partner's behavior was telling you something that you never realized before? Do you really know what's going on in your relationship? What if your wife has already said one of these 6 phrases that I'm going to share, and you didn't even realize it? So don't miss a single second of what comes next, because this information could be the difference between continuing to live a lie or discovering the truth that could change your life forever. Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal could change everything. Number 1, when your partner starts mentioning someone else repeatedly, especially with compliments and admiration, it's time to be on the lookout. Phrases like, "so-and-so understands what I'm going through so well," may seem harmless at first glance, but they often carry a much deeper meaning. These types of comments are a sign that she may be starting to form an emotional connection with this person, establishing a bond that can grow stronger over time. This isn't just a simple comparison. It's a subtle way of introducing the idea that there is someone outside of the relationship who understands her more deeply and accurately than you do. This could be the beginning of an emotional or even physical involvement, showing that she is moving away from you and seeking support elsewhere. If you notice that she is constantly comparing you to so-and-so or giving this person excessive praise, it's crucial to investigate who this so-and-so is and what role he or she is playing in her life. Pay attention to the signs and don't ignore them. It's important to better understand what's going on so you can take action and protect what still exists in your relationship. Do you think this is a big sign of betrayal? If you think so, click like to let us know how many people think so. Number 2, the phrase, "don't worry, I'm just hanging out with some friends," may seem completely innocent and straightforward, but it often hides something more complex and, who knows, even dishonest. When someone is engaging in behavior that they don't want you to know about, it's common for them to use excuses that sound plausible and commonplace to disguise what's really going on. This type of statement is a way to ensure that you don't suspect anything, while the person may be doing things outside the home that aren't as innocent as they seem. This excuse serves as a strategy to avoid any discomfort or questioning on your part, creating an illusion of normality that hides intentions or actions that you might not even realize. If you find yourself repeating this phrase frequently or noticing inconsistencies in the stories about these encounters, it's important to pay attention. The repetition of this excuse and the lack of clarity in the details can be a sign that something isn't right and that you may need to investigate further. Being aware of these subtleties is essential to protecting the integrity of your relationship and better understanding what's going on. Don't ignore these little signs. They could be the key to finding out the truth. Do you agree with your partner going out with other friends? Leave your opinion in the comments below. Number 3, I need more space for myself. When your partner tells you that they need more space, it may seem like a legitimate attempt to find a healthy balance in the relationship. However, it's important to pay attention to what this statement might actually mean. In many cases, this desire for space can be a way to distance yourself, spend more time away from home, and possibly be with someone else without raising suspicion. This request can be a subtle strategy to create opportunities for behavior that doesn't align with the fidelity or commitment expected in a relationship. While it may seem like a genuine desire for more individuality or time to yourself at first glance, if this begins to translate into actual emotional or physical distance, it's a sign that something may not be right. It's essential to notice if this space is being used for activities that aren't shared with you, and if there's a noticeable change in the way she interacts with you. Be aware if this need for space begins to feel like a way to avoid communication and contact, because this can have a profound impact on the relationship. Being aware of these signs is crucial to understanding what is really going on and protecting the connection between you. Don't ignore these changes. They could be an indication that something more serious is going on. Before we move on to the next one, I want to remind you of the digital book that is pinned here in the comments. It is the last units for you to learn everything about how to seduce any woman. Number 4. I'm working late tonight. One of the most common excuses for absences is work. If your partner starts to frequently say that she's working late or working overtime, this could be a red flag that needs to be addressed. While this may seem like a reasonable explanation for her absence and long periods of inactivity, it can often be hiding something more serious. When this excuse becomes a recurring one, it's important to pay attention to the details. Saying that she's working late could actually be a cover-up for secret dates, long periods away from home, or even hidden relationships that you haven't yet discovered. Pay attention to any sudden changes in her routine and how she reacts when you ask about these extra hours. Inconsistencies in the stories she tells and the fact that these work periods coincide with other suspicious behavior are signs that something may be wrong. How she responds to your questions and the explanations she gives can be crucial clues to uncovering the truth behind these excuses. Don't ignore these changes. They could be indications that there's more going on than meets the eye. Paying attention to these details is essential to understanding what is really going on in your relationship and protecting the trust between you. Number 5. I think we need some time apart. When a woman suggests that you need some time apart, it may seem at first glance like a sincere attempt to work through and reflect on issues in your relationship. However, the meaning behind this statement can be much more complicated. Asking for a break or more space is often a way to create emotional and physical distance, allowing an affair to develop without interference from your partner. This request may be a strategy to test how you will react, to set the stage for what may come next, or even to alleviate the guilt she may be feeling about being involved in something she shouldn't. This separation can provide a convenient and discreet space to explore new relationships or to satisfy desires that are not being met in the current relationship. It's important to pay attention if this suggestion of separation comes out of the blue, without a clear reason or prior discussion that justifies the need for it. An abrupt change in behavior or a sudden desire to distance yourself may be a sign that something more is going on. The way this proposal is presented and how often it is mentioned can offer valuable clues about her true intentions. Being aware of these signs can be crucial to understanding what is really going on and taking the necessary steps to protect the relationship, or, at the very least, be prepared for what is to come. Number 6. You deserve better than me. When a woman says, "You deserve better than me," it may seem like a simple statement, but it actually carries a lot of complicated emotions. She may be feeling guilty, regretful, or trying to ease her own conscience. This statement can be a sign that she's doing something wrong, like getting involved with someone else, and is trying to justify it in some way. By saying this, she may be setting the stage for a possible breakup or trying to find an excuse for her future actions. Often, this statement is used to escape responsibility, as if she's saying that the problem isn't with the relationship, but with herself. It's as if by admitting her own faults, she's trying to make you accept the breakup more easily, or lessen the pain her actions may cause. What may seem like a show of humility or self-reflection may actually be a way of acknowledging that she's doing something wrong without directly confessing it. This phrase may be a clear indication that she knows she is hurting you, but at the same time, she is trying to take the blame for herself. If you hear this phrase, it is important to realize that there may be much more going on behind these words. She may be trying to hide something or prepare to deal with a situation that she knows is not right. Therefore, it is essential to pay attention to what she is really trying to say. If you have heard these phrases or noticed something similar in your relationship, share in the comments how your experience was. I want to know your opinion, and as a thank you, I will give you a special bonus to help you understand relationships even more. Don't forget to check out the next videos that are appearing on the screen now. They are full of tips that can make all the difference in your relationship. Don't miss them.